All right, good evening. Welcome back to the follow-on video to yesterday. So yesterday we went ahead and melted down a few of the copper pipes I had left over, and we created this bar. It didn't turn out the greatest, but still looks pretty nice. We did not have enough time to polish it, or at least get it cleaned off. So that's what we're gonna do now. So pretty straightforward process. I'll show you a previous bar I'd done. A simple wire brush gets most of it cleared off quite nicely. I didn't spend too much time on that. We'll spend more tonight. But really, you're looking for the wire brush on your screwdriver or your drill, and then that amateur in me showing. So for a first part, that looks pretty good. I'm going to shift it around. That's exactly how I just had it. I'm just going to work on the corners, the edging first, and then go in and work on the top and the bottom. So a lot of the black on here, I'm guessing is just the soot that came from the crucible itself. The copper pipes were relatively clean, but regardless of that, the crucible itself will turn your hands a little black when you touch it. So that's where this comes from. Of course, if I'm wrong, if anybody out there has a better explanation as to where the black comes from other than the crucible, feel free to leave a comment and let me know. See here on the sides, not the cleanest pour. I probably didn't heat the mold up hot enough when I poured it in, and I don't think I had the cleanest pour either. I think I kind of waved it a little bit. So a little more work needed over here, but overall I think that turned out pretty nicely. As far as cleanup wise, obviously, like I said, the pour itself wasn't the greatest, but copper does clean up quite nicely. And like I was saying, the design you get from pouring it is always something special. You can see on the one that I didn't clean up quite as nicely previously, has its own distinct pouring features. So let me get back on this one and get the last little bit on the back side cleaned up. And then I think it's good to weigh. So I am happy tonight with how this looks. I've seen a couple other videos where people actually get like a really nice shine, and I tried that on one of my aluminum bars that I'd previously done, but as I quickly found out, I need to get some additional finer grit sandpaper to get the shine all the way. So we'll be doing more aluminum in the future, especially with the MiniMelter here, because with the lower temperature for melting aluminum, it goes a little quicker, and there's a little more aluminum out there that I have access to. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna weigh it and then stamp it. So let's get our stuff together. All right, so basic kitchen. So we're at 10.8. I'm just gonna call it 10 ounces. I've recently gotten into stamping just to have a little more fun with it, and of course to practice. So not quite sure how well this will show up, but we're gonna stamp 10 ounces. Oh, that's bad. But it took it, so I'm just gonna leave it and know in the future I have to hold it a little bit better. There we go. 10 ounces. Not great, but again, room to improve and room to get a little bit better. So again, I think turned out quite nicely. Very shiny, very clean. I really enjoy copper. What we're gonna do next on the next episode is I'm gonna start scrapping some of the materials I have for future melts, and yeah, we'll see what we make out of it. It's not gonna be just bars. I'm gonna start doing some sand casting with it as well. So thanks for tuning in. Keep an eye out for the next button. Keep an eye out for the next video. Feel free to subscribe if you want, and I appreciate your time. Have a good night.